Thanks for joining us here at AMSnews.tv.
Welcome back, everyone, to 21st Century Investments here on AMSnews.tv. I am your host, Mary Spence, here with Michelle Spence, and continuing with our very special guest today, Mr. George Hockaday Bay of G11 Enterprises. And as you can see, we had to bring the party inside. We wanted to be outside, but the heat drove us in. But nonetheless, we're going to continue. So, George, when we left off, we were talking about the 203K and the process of it versus just a regular purchase, the timeline. So if you could just recap that for us.
So in essence, it adds about anywhere between 15 and 30 days to the process, because there's just extra processes that the lender has to do and so on and so forth.
As well as the contractor.
Well, the contractor, at that time that it takes for us to come to an agreement, so the lender can in turn approve that, make sure you qualify for the loan amount with the renovations, and then submit it to the appraiser, and then when the appraiser gets it back, it submits to the underwriting. So it actually adds a little bit more time to the process because of that.
Okay, now what could possibly delay the process?
Well, there are a couple things that can delay the process. First of all, you need to make sure that your contractor is pre-qualified with your bank. Banks have different processes, but for the most part, your contractor needs to at least be licensed in the state or wherever you're doing the work at, and have proper insurance. Then after that, some banks have different protocols that they use. I was doing work for a bank one time at one point, and they said, hey, you got a lot of jobs out, and they actually asked for a bank statement to make sure I had enough money to keep the jobs going, because it's important that you realize that your contractor has to have enough money to get the job started or to complete the job based on how you have it, because we only get paid typically for work in place or a 50% deposit depending on what your lender has. But there's never enough money given up front. It's a balance, so that they don't want your contractor getting overpaid. So
and that's fair.
Yeah, to run off with the money.
Yeah. That's how I want to be nice. So we don't want the contractor being run off with the money. So they make sure that there's a check and balance. So usually we get paid for work in place, and that's important that your contractor understands that how they're going to get paid. Because if we have a new kitchen to install, we have to install that kitchen. Then they come out and inspect it, and then we get paid for the kitchen.
Okay.
So it could be in essence about anywhere between 15 and 30 days after you have the work in place before you actually get the money.
Okay. So then as the home buyer, you should know that the contractor shouldn't be asking you for money.
No. Most banks are frowning against. I think it's some may even say it's illegal, but the contractor's not supposed to ask you for money to do the project, unless if you're doing something outside of the project, something like that. But your scope of work that's in that the bank approves is all supposed to be contained into the loan.
Okay. Now, is there a time when it may go over budget?
Well, we didn't talk about it at first, but the reason a streamline is actually $30,000 in renovation, and there's usually like a 10 or 15% contingency, so it could go up to $35,000.
Okay.
So on and so forth. You usually have about anywhere between 10 and 20% contingency. So for on-scene conditions, if I come in and tear your kitchen cabinets out, we didn't know that the plumbing behind there was bad, and you just spend all of your money getting into the house, so won't actually have enough money to sometimes cover that. So in other words, they make you put that contingency to the side.
Okay, and that makes sense.
That's very helpful.
Yeah.
Now we talked about what could delay the process, but as a home buyer, what could they do to help the process, right?
Yeah. So when you're out with your realtor, the first thing to do is when you come into a house and you like the outside, you like the neighborhood, you like the bedrooms, but the kitchen's missing, or somebody stole the hot water heater, whatever the case may be, that's the time to take your pictures, your phones out, start taking pictures, start jotting down notes, so that once you get the property under contract, when you and your contractor, when you and me get out there, we can go ahead and determine what we want to do, and it'll move faster if we already have some kind of idea of what you want to do.
Okay, so I could probably go and just shop around in my head at my local Home Depot or Lowe's and say, I love these cabinets and I love this flooring, and get my ideas of paint and lighting or whatever's in the budget to do. At least I can have it in mind as the home buyer and say, okay, yep, I want this and I want that and I want this and I want that.
That's a great point.
And that could help.
Yeah, because a lot of times first-time home buyers don't realize how expensive material and things are. So it's great for you to look at it, then that way when you have a better understanding of the process.
A more realistic understanding of what budget and what I actually can get with that $35,000, that dirty little B word of budget. Okay. All right. So at least we have that understanding of what could delay the process and then what could help the process. Also helpful to note that we don't start work until we own the home.
Yes, no work is to take place until after settlement.
Okay.
Yeah, so no matter what,
we can't start. Fix it up.
Yes, we can't start until after settlement.
Okay.
Good to know.
Wow, that's a lot of good information here. When we come back, we are going to continue with George Hockaday Bay, talking about when you found it, but it needs work. I am Mary Spence here with Michelle Spence. Stay with us.